Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to deliver your December 2016 general readings. And thank you so much for joining me here today. I continue to use the Gilded Tarot deck by artist Ciro Marchetti, drawing 8 cards for the month, 2 cards for each week, with an additional card from the bottom of the deck as your crowning card representing overall energy and advice for the readings. Make sure to check your rising and your moon sign videos as well, because these are general readings and there's a lot of you watching. Everybody's different, has different things going on in their lives. So of course, the videos are not going to play out the same for everyone who watches. You may find that your rising and your moon sign may play out a little more predictively for you this month in this reading. And if you're like me, you may just find that by watching all three, each of your signs, sun, moon, and rising, gives you different insights into different aspects of your life, so that by watching all three of them together, you get as whole and complete a picture as possible of the time frame ahead that the reading covers. So watch all three if you can. Always a note of gratitude before we begin to those of you who continue to watch and listen and subscribe to my channel. Your feedback and support means the world to me. Thank you so very much. Keep the comments coming. I absolutely love reading them. Welcome to anyone who is new. Thank you for joining us here today. Thank you to my regular clients for allowing me to be a part of your lives as they continue to unfold, and also for the frequent updates that you send me on how those readings continue to play out in your lives. Thank you for everyone who reaches out for one-on-one readings. They are my favorite things to do. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage, which will give you a little more information and detail, and also has my email address. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you or anyone else. It is the holiday season, and while you can always purchase gift readings for people at any time during the year, I always get a lot of orders for gift readings during the holidays because they make such wonderfully unique gifts for family and friends and loved ones. So if you're interested in that, send me an email and we will set something up for you. I do readings full time, 6 days a week, so I'm able to get back with you quite quickly and set up a reading within a fairly short period of time. My current turnaround time is anywhere from a couple of days, upwards of 2 weeks, but almost always within 2 weeks we can schedule a reading for you. So if you're interested, email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com and we'll go from there. So moving right into this reading, this is for Leo, Leo the Lion, for December 2016. Leo, December 2016. What does the month of December have in store for the fire sign of Leo? Our fiery felines. Leo, Leo the Lion for December 2016. Okay, we begin with the Seven of Wands, followed by Justice. We have the Strength card. There's your card, Leo, followed by the Ten of Wands. The King of Wands, there you are again, followed by Death or Transformation. Powerful, strong so far. At the end of the month, we have the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and advice is the Four of Swords. Looks like at the end of the month, Leo, you're going to need to be taking some time out, some rest. But it looks like, wow, there's one word that's echoing through my head as I look over this reading, and that word is triumphant. That just keeps kind of echoing in my head. Of course, it's going to play out differently for those of you watching as to what it is you're being triumphant over, but definitely a sense of victory and success. A battle won is kind of what I'm getting. So let's begin, Leo. We find ourselves at the beginning of December 2016 with the energy of the Seven of Wands, accompanied by Justice. So the Seven of Wands, Wands is governed by the element of fire, fire energy. So the suit of Wands is a dynamic, very active, action-oriented suit. It's about change, movement, action, power, creating, building, manifesting. It's a very fluid and dynamic suit, very forward-moving as well. And it can represent, well, it can represent anything, but it often points to inspirational things, career projects, ideas, creative pursuits, and the speed at which things move as well. The Seven of Wands is a defensive card. It can be a card sometimes being a little too defensive in some areas, but it also speaks of being defensive in a positive way as well, standing up for something that you believe in quite strongly, standing up for yourself, standing up for somebody else. There's a sense of speaking your piece, speaking the words that need to be said, guarding something that you feel very strongly about or that you feel protective about, guarding something that you feel or standing up for something that you feel almost a sense of proprietorship or ownership in because you've invested so much of yourself into this thing. Now, of course, this story is going to split off a variety of different ways, depending on what it is that you've been investing your energy in. For some of you, this is going to be, it could be an actual lawsuit or litigation of some kind, a settlement issue. It feels like you've devoted a lot of time and attention to this. For some of you, I'm getting this as a property issue. You've been maybe at odds with a landlord or the owner of a piece of property that's been in disrepair. That must be very specific to somebody who needs to hear it. For others of you, this is a case of vindication, and you're the third sign this month so far that I've gotten that word for too, vindication. Some of you may have been recently embroiled in an ongoing situation where you were accused of doing or saying something you didn't do, or something you did or said was taken out of context. Somebody tried to portray you perhaps in a negative light when it wasn't true. There's been some conflict or something, and you've been, standing up for yourself. This is a card of refusing to back down from something, refusing to compromise, refusing to negotiate, refusing to remain silent, protecting, guarding, defending, standing by something, not giving in, standing firm, standing strong. And it really pays off for you, Leo, because that Seven of Wands is paired with Justice in the upright, which is a strong indicator that this issue, whatever it is specifically for those of you watching, is going to work out in your favor. Any business deals or contracts or negotiations will be in your favor. Any lawsuits or litigation issues, settlement issues will also work out in your favor, and they will be fair, they will be just, they will be even. Justice represents, well, justice is blind, as you've heard the saying before, because it's meant to be not governed by feelings or emotions. The outcome or decision or consequences of the issue or situation is dependent completely on facts, logic, the proven motivations of the people involved. This is the reap what you sow card. What you put into something is what you're going to get out of it. But the fact that it's shown up in the upright position represents things working out in your favor, because that is the fair and just outcome of this. And it is because you have invested so much in it. It is because you have refused to back down, refused to stay silent, and have just kind of stood your ground and maintained your boundaries, whatever they are. Again, I'm getting property issue. I feel like somebody or a group of somebody's out there, somebody out there has been in some kind of litigation or conflict with their landlord or the owner of a building. They've uh, either needed to get repairs or needed to be compensated for repairs. This is actually coming, I feel, either this by the end of this month or the beginning of January. So somebody out there needs to hear that. This could also be a message for those of you that are still embroiled in this and maybe are thinking of giving up. Don't, because standing firm is what's going to win you justice and victory at the end. Because I feel triumphant vindication, victory for you, because it is the fair and just outcome, because it's almost as if it's owed you. So for those of you who are struggling through a situation like that and are feeling maybe discouraged and feeling like giving up, don't, because standing firm, refusing to back down is what's going to gain you this justice and this victory at the end. And it is coming. I feel like for a lot of you, this is going to resolve itself in the month of December, beginning of January at the latest. And again, the second set of cards is kind of an ongoing echo of the first set. We have the Major Arcana card. Let's see, we have one, two, three major arcana cards in this reading, so pretty significant and profound energies. We have next to that the major arcana card of strength. It's your card, Leo. See that beautiful, lovely lion paired with the Ten of Wands, a long burden coming to an end. Strength. That's what this card represents, but not necessarily that aggressive, very visible, flex your muscle, wave your sword around kind of strength. This is a very strong, quiet, grounded, almost inner kind of strength. It's the kind of strength that comes from facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, wrestling with your demons, walking through a situation which you find maybe overwhelming, intimidating, or just very challenging and a struggle. It's 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 like that Seven of Wands, and they're actually laying side by side this defensive, protecting, guarding, defensive energy right next to the Strength card, which is also about maintaining this strength, wisdom, walking through this, staying firm, holding your ground, facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities about this. This woman has tamed this wild beast, this lion, which is symbolic for, again, whatever it is that you've been struggling with or kind of embroiled in recently, Leo. She hasn't backed down. She hasn't run away. She has stayed there and she has tamed this wild beast. And I have to say too that the energy I'm getting for how you've conducted yourself, or this could be ongoing advice for people who are still kind of actively involved in whatever this conflict is. Um, the kind of strength and defensiveness that needs to be portrayed, that needs to be kind of upheld, is not necessarily, like that ugly, very aggressive sort of strength, but it's just standing your ground, whatever is owed to you, whatever you feel is the right thing, whatever it is that you're standing up for, that you're, even if it's another person, you're standing up for a situation. It's about doing that in a way that still upholds your own sense of honor and integrity, kind of like this lion who demonstrates strength with almost a quiet assuredness, a sense of nobility and regalness as well, but not backing down and not giving 1 inch, not compromising, because that's what has enabled her to get through whatever it is that this lion has represented for her, with her head held high, striding forward into her future courageously. It's a beautiful card. Again, it's not about being be vigilant for those of you who are still in an ongoing battle or litigation or struggle against someone or perhaps an entity or corporation of some sense. It's not, some of this has to do with how you stand by whatever your stand by whatever line you've drawn in the sand. No need to get ugly or aggressively confrontational about it. It's, again, it's just stating what your position is and not, and refusing to back down from that, and refusing to not compromise and negotiate either, because this is about bringing something to an end. A cycle is coming to an end. I feel like for a lot of you this has been a situation going on for some time, but it does look like it is fast approaching a resolution. That strength card is paired with the Ten of Wands, so we have more fire energy here. Tens represent the end of a cycle, something coming full circle, coming to the end. You can see that this man is holding, he's carrying the weight of these 10 wands, and I always get a long-standing feeling from this card, like this man started off with 1 or 2 wands and it became 3 wands and 4 wands and gradually just became this heavy burden. He's been carrying it successfully. He hasn't dropped any of his wands, or if he has, he's managed to pick them back up and keep going, but it's obviously wearing him down. He's completely bowed over by the weight of whatever this thing is, but he's reached the end of it. The 10 represents the coming full circle. The cycle is coming to an end. You can see that his head is up and he's staring at his destination, which is just outside of our line of sight. That place where he can lay this burden down, stand up and take a deep breath. And again, it's another echo of the first combination of cards. Because you have refused to back down, because you have been vigilant, because you have stood by something that you believe in, stood your ground, refuse to compromise or negotiate past the point where you were willing to or that you thought was fair. Justice is going to be served. Things are going to work out in your favor. And it represents a burden, a struggle, a challenge coming to an end. For some of you, this may not be, an issue where you're in conflict with someone else or you're in a lawsuit or litigation with someone else. For some of you, this could be a very long project, one that's been very draining and very challenging to you, especially perhaps in working with other people. And it could be, I'm getting a creative project that people wanted you to change or alter somehow, but you didn't, and it's finally come to completion. That's kind of interesting. It almost has an artistic feel to it. Again, it's about what you believe in, holding on to that, not giving in, and that's what's going to bring you triumph, and that's what's bringing this thing to its resolution in the month of December. Next to that, and very transformative too, because next to that we have the King of Wands paired with the Death card, transformation. And the Death card, transformation, which is another significant ending, a chapter of your life coming to a close, is right next to this Ten of Wands, this burden coming to an end. And we end with these beautiful new beginnings as well. So here we have the King of Wands. For some of you, Leos, this is going to represent you in this situation. Kings and Queens represent individuals who've reached the mastery of their suit, the full achievement of this, the full maturity and evolutionary process that we all go through, starting off with the energy of the page. So this king, for some of you, is your energy. For others of you, it's going to be another fire sign individual, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, that has played a significant role with you during this process. I feel a positive and supportive role as well. It's showing up as a male because it's a king, but this is a general reading, so it could be a female as well. The King of Wands would represent a very energetic, dynamic individual, fiery, passionate, creative, charismatic. People are drawn to him or her. Very good at getting the job done, a good problem solver, doesn't tend to rest on his laurels for very long because he's a very action-oriented, fire-driven individual. He's good at inspiring other people to get the job done and delegating as well. He's a great leader. He knows how to really kind of motivate people. He's a king, so he has learned to temper that spontaneity and impulsivity that sometimes comes along with being a fire sign. But he's kind of mature and evolved so that he's able to utilize that to his best advantage. So again, for some of you, this is how you're coming out of this situation in the full glory of all of the traits that are inherent to you already, Leo. And for some of you, this is going to represent somebody else who's been with you. I feel like in a supportive role also, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Significant transformative event. I can't wait to hear what this is for those of you for whom this resonates, because it feels like a huge ending for you, like a very large chapter of your life or of an area of your life is closing. There's some kind of transformation occurring, and then new beginnings after that. So the King of Wands is paired with the Death card, which represents that, the complete and total ending of a cycle. And in death, and of course in rebirth, because birth follows death, there are also labor pains, death pains as well. The ending of this cycle, it looks like it had its share of challenges and perhaps some painful challenges as well. But this is coming to an end in the month of December, a pretty complete end. It's like an entire chapter is closed, it's done, and it's a very significant ending for you. But again, I feel a sense of strength and power. It's almost as if whatever it is that you're coming through, whether it's the successful completion of something you've been working on for a long time, or whether it's a successful victory over a battle you've been fighting for a long time, it feels very empowering and almost recharging in and of itself, and very, very transformative. Everything, it represents the closing of a chapter and the ground completely being cleared for the creation and building of something new, which is how we end the month of December, at or towards the end of December 2016, and perhaps even going a little bit into January 2017, which is great because we're closing out the old year and going into the new year. We have the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the Ace of Pentacles. There are some tangible goodies coming in at the end of the month. So here we have Earth energy, Pentacles. Earth energy typically governs things that manifest in our earthly material world around us that we navigate and walk through day by day. And it typically manifests as things like money, finances, job, property, resources, assets, etc., tangible things or actual objects, items. Knights are the bringers of tarot. They typically represent offers, offerings, or opportunities. So this knight is bringing something tangible. This could be actual money in dollars and cents. It could be a Christmas bonus, a holiday gift of money. It could be an offer, an opportunity. It could be a job offer opportunity, a raise, a promotion and a raise, which is always nice. It could be the opportunity for, it could be an item, something that means a great deal to you. Um, I just got a new car. I feel like somebody out there is getting a new car. That's a nice bit of tangible property. It's going to vary, depending on who's watching, but it's something tangible. It's something very concrete coming in at the end of the month. And the knight could represent that it might be an earth sign individual who is responsible for bringing it to you, which is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But what he's bringing looks very nice, or she is bringing looks very nice, and it's tangible. You can see it, you can touch it, you can feel it. And it's part of a new beginning, and it could be what enables you to have a new beginning. And for some of you, that new beginning may be as tangible as actually moving or relocating or starting a new job, because that Knight of Pentacles is paired with the Ace of Pentacles. So more earth energy here. Aces are the ones, they represent promise, potential, a beautiful initial something that has it holds the promise and potential of manifesting into something quite lovely. Sometimes the Ace of Pentacles can represent an actual financial gift or an actual another tangible gift. So it's almost a double whammy here at the end. The Knight of Pentacles bringing the Ace of Pentacles. It is an offer, an opportunity for a brand new beginning. And for some of you, it's going to be moving, because the Ace of Pentacles often comes up when people move or relocate. It's also a card that comes up when people start a new job. It could be that you're being gifted an item. I guess I'm hearing somebody's getting a new car. It could be something that you've really wanted for a while, or just a surprise. It could be a check. Again, it's going to play out differently, but this combination, this Knight of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles at the end of the month, Leo, you will have to let me know what that is, because it looks really magnificent, and it almost catapults you into a new beginning. It's certainly a very tangible, lush looking opportunity at the very least. And I feel like it's connected to whatever it is you've successfully completed or successfully won through and triumphed over too. For some of you for whom this has been a legal issue or a lawsuit that involves money, settlement of some kind, it looks like your ship is coming in at the end of the year, beginning of the new year too. But it also looks like it's taken quite a bit out of you, that it's been pretty taxing, and it's time to take a break, I think, at the end of the year, or even if you can during the month of December, try to find some time to carve out a niche of time for yourself, or maybe get away for a little bit and rest and relax and recuperate and kind of breathe again. Your crowning card, your overall energy, is the Four of Swords. This is a card of rest and respite, of being quite obviously worn out, exhausted. This soldier is so tired that he hasn't even bothered to do the usual thing when he's finished with a battle, which is to take his heavy chainmail armor off. He's so exhausted, he's just collapsed onto his bed and fallen asleep. So even though this is a very, very powerful and positive reading, Leo, it's a magnificent reading actually. It looks like you've invested a great deal of yourself into it, and the danger you may run through December is in wearing yourself out. So make sure to take care of yourself during all of this. Try to carve out some time during the month of December, and I know it can be hectic and chaotic and busy because it's the holidays, but try to carve out some quiet time for yourself. If nothing else, maybe take some time off if you can at the end of the year to kind of rest and recoup, because you've earned it for sure. And please, please let me know what this energy is, this gift at the end of the year is, because it looks so very beautiful. Lots of lush, verdant greens and golds in these combination of cards of the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. I'm very curious. So, Leo, that pretty much wraps up your reading for December 2016. I hope you have enjoyed it, that it has, that you found it useful, at least that it's given you some insight and clarity. Good for you, for those of you who have been pouring your heart and soul into whatever this is, because it really looks like it's paid off for you in a big way this month. Thank you very much for watching, Leo. And again, if any of you are interested in a one-on-one reading with me for either yourself and or a friend as a gift for the holidays, feel free to email me at Maggie, the number one, McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the December 2016 mid-month general readings. And until then, as always, Leo, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. And I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.